What's going on, everybody? This is Donnie Tudor, Beast Athletes. First time we've really got an opportunity to get behind the, get on video with you guys here in a little bit. We've been working hard, getting ready for North Americans, getting ready for the different meets and things like that we're hosting. So what we wanted to do right now is just kind of give you guys a full rundown of, how do North Americans go? What do we have coming up? And just kind of remind everybody what our goals are with this entire thing. So first off, we'll start off with the Wobble Worlds. Scott Sciaretta and Josie Hoffman went in and absolutely crushed it. I'm super proud of them. Josie had 121 pounds. She benched 126.76, and then she deadlifted 303.1. Now, she did that beltless and with cerebral palsy. It's unbelievably inspiring just to see how hard and how consistently someone like that can work and just constantly strive to be better and not really take any excuse. Like, she has all the excuses in the world to kind of give up or struggle, and she won't take any of them. I just started working with her using a belt now. It's gotten to the point where I feel like she can utilize that and train correctly with it, and it's not going to hinder her mobility because she's done so well with her mobility considering. But I'm really excited. Like, she's already going toe to toe. She's arguably number one. Her and Brittany Joer are battling out for the top 123-pound open raw lifter in the state of Montana. That's huge, especially considering Brittany's a badass. Brittany's a very good lifter. She works her ass off. Her and Ryan, they got a great thing going. He's a great coach. They have it all going on. And the fact that Josie's able to step up and compete with non-adaptive athletes, that's a huge thing. We like the only reason that we really do Wobble is because of the disabled division. Nobody else really offers that, and that's a huge thing for Josie to be able to go and compete as an adaptive athlete. And that's, I wish other federations would do it, but that's kind of why we have used Wobble in the past. So seeing her do that, seeing all the other lifters that were there that were also disabled, there was, the guy with one leg deadlifting like 200-something pounds. Like, there was some really impressive things going on there, especially in the adaptive division. So I'm excited to see what Josie puts together in May. That'll be a full power meet for her. I'm excited, though. It's going to be a great battle. Next, we got Scott Sciaretta. Scott hit 297.6. He barely missed at 303. We didn't do a good job preparing to that one. Very different bench than what we've been used to train on, much softer. So that was a coaching error on my part. But the dude absolutely hammered out his entire prep. He smoked his first and second rep pretty damn well, considering the new, you go from benching on the floor to benching on a couch. It's going to feel pretty different. But the real improvement was on his deadlift. He hit 474, and then he stood up. Wobble is not known for having good, consistent calls. Some of the calls that were sneaking by, like, the strongest girl in the world wasn't even locking her knees out. It wasn't even close. They were like 2-3 inches below a lockout. She's getting calls. Scott fully locks this thing out minus like an inch hinge back. It's not going to count the USPA, but you expect kind of some form of consistency at a meet. And he misses that 485-pound deadlift. Going into that meet, I believe his best was 440. So that's a 45-pound PR in a meet. And he was blown away by it. The amount of work that he put in, everything that he did, it was truly inspiring to see somebody come in at this stage of the game. He's not a junior lifter. He's not an open lifter. He's up there in masters, and he's just continually growing. And he will break 300. He will break 500 on the deadlift, in my opinion. Come May, he's absolutely on track just to continue to kick ass with it. So I'm very proud of both those guys. They both set Law and Fire records, world records, and then Josie also set disabled records. I truly don't know of a woman dealing with cerebral palsy who is stronger than Josie. So I know there's got to be someone out there, but I'll be really curious to see where Josie stacks up against cerebral palsy sufferers. And she legitimately might be one of the strongest adaptive athletes in the world. And that's really cool to think about. Moving onward to North Americans, USPA. Whole different animal. Night and day, ran considerably better. Judged way more consistently, so that's what we like to compete in. Brooke came in and she went 8 for 8, or 8 for 9. And then She ended at 424.4 on her squat. She smoked a 248-pound bench, which gives her the super heavyweight state record. We're coming after every single women's super heavyweight record, tested and non-tested in the state. That's 100% our goal. It's extremely attainable. It is right there. We've got about 80 pounds on the total to get there, and we're absolutely coming for that with some serious vengeance. So can't wait to see those numbers fall and have Brooke's numbers up there. She crushed it. Well over 4 on her dead, 248, 424. I made a call to bump her 2.5 kilos to break her 1,100-pound total. She hit her knee on the way up on that deadlift. Didn't end up getting it, but still a very, very good day. 8 for 9 at a meet like North Americans with that competition there. Very, very good day for Brooke. Very proud of her. That puts her number 19 overall in the world, all-time submaster super heavyweight. That's getting in a pretty rare air right there. So she's just continuing to plug along, and seeing her come over the last couple of years has just been absolutely unbelievable. Next up was Sierra. Sierra opened her squat at 352.7 pounds, and she didn't quite hit depth twice. So she had to take it a couple times. There was some training cycles. We've already addressed it. We had to widen her stance out a little bit. She has very large legs, so it was getting in the way. It was making it hard for her to get down to depth consistently, so we addressed it. Shouldn't see that again. But she ended at 352.7, 203.9 on her bench, 407.8 on her squat. I believe she went 4 or 5 and 9. Not a great day putting it all together on the platform, but an amazing day in the fact that in her second meet ever, she is now ranked international elite in a 165-pound weight class. That is absolutely phenomenal. That's ranked better than me. I'm officially a better coach than I'm a competitor, so that's pretty cool. And then she also totally punked me and proposed to me in front of everybody at the end of it, so that was a pretty cool meet. She got some technical errors that she can clean up on squat, bench, and deadlift. She got a little forward on her bench. You know, just she got a little excited just with the meet in general. You know, squat, bench, deadlift, she missed something on every single one. Still had an amazing day, but there's little technical things that just come with being a competitor. You know, in your second meet, you're going to make mistakes. You're absolutely going to make mistakes, and we're going to come back. We got to fix them as we go. I have to do the same thing. Wyatt has to do the same thing. That's just part of it. So you're not going to improve as a competitor without failing as a competitor. I'm a great example of that. I officially bombed out of my first meet. I opened at 650, and I came down, smoked it out of the hole, and I got about 3/4 of the way up, and it was like I ran into a brick wall, to the point where I thought the loaders actually took the bar from me and helped me stand up. So I racked it. I guess I actually didn't get their help. Racked it on my own, missed it on, got 3 red lights for racking early, and didn't hit my second or my third attempt at it. I will not be cutting weight anymore. I'm bumping to the 275 weight class, and I'm super excited just to be able to go and eat, and actually eat to get strong instead of doing a wrestler diet type of a cut a month out, and just kind of praying to God that, you know, I can replenish enough to do that. So the next meet I do will be at 275, and let's just see what happens with it. So some of the issues with that is hard when you're hitting, you know, top 10 in the world numbers in a weight class, and you know you can do that, but then you go and cut weight, and it just makes it not even possible. So I had to swallow a pill a little bit. Got a very good coach in Brandon Allen, Rick Simmons, you know, all these different guys. I spoke with Chris Goddard, you know, one of my new training partners that's going to be coming to town, Zach. All these different guys just basically said, man, like, it's time for you to bump up. So I'm taking their advice, bumping into 275-pound weight class. Eric is going to be pissed because he wants me to get more shredded, but I don't think that's going to be happening anytime soon. Then we got Wyatt. Wyatt at 18 years old. This motherfucker has been, now he's ranked in the top 15 or 10 in 308 and 275 as a junior. Came in, he hit 479.5 pounds on his squat, 319.6 on his bench, and 523.6 on his deadlift. That's a fantastic group of numbers right there in itself. For an 18-year-old in the 275-pound weight class, on top of that, he helped coach and he helped ref. That says a lot. What's even more impressive, though, these are shitty numbers. This was a shitty day for Wyatt. He legitimately collapsed on his second attempt on squat. Didn't even have him take a third. Thanks, Eric. Bench, he missed his second attempt on a technical error, came back and he fixed it on a third. And then on his deadlift, first one came up, second one didn't even move. It was bad, it looked painful. It was not a good situation, so we pulled him from that. So, basically pulled him out to prevent injury on 2 lifts in that meet. He's gonna be taking plenty of time to recover now. But still, even on a down day for Wyatt, it was still a very, very fantastic day for him. So within that group, we got a new international elite ranked lifter, a new elite ranked lifter. I'm bumping up, and we got 2 people defending their world champion or their world titles. It was a very good weekend for all that. So I'm very proud of the entire team. These guys work their asses off on a consistent basis. I'm very proud to coach them and be their teammates and their friends. And I'm really excited to see what comes next. So moving forward, what we got next? January 18th, Beast Athletes Winter Warfare. I want to thank everybody because we've already got like 15 people signed up for January and like 15 people signed up for May. In the previous administration, we would have 5 at this point, and then it would be like a huge cluster at the very end. There would be like 30 new signups, and it was very unorganized, and it made it really hard to have consistent meets. Thank you everybody in USPA and Montana for being so diligent and consistent with that. I will be emailing you guys and giving you guys more updates after Thanksgiving, so I'm not bugging you guys too much. But the January meet, we've got some really good lifters actually signed up in the state. I'm really excited to see what local lifters sign up because I want to start pitting people against each other. Hey, this 148-pound girl is throwing down with this 148-pound girl. This 275er is throwing down with this 275er. There's going to be some really good competition. I'm really excited to see what happens in that. The May meet, surprisingly but not surprisingly, is actually, I think we have more people sign up for the May meet. But when you have people like CT Fletcher and Dana Bailey, we're just working on tickets now at this point and making sure it works on dates. But Brandon Allen has agreed a couple times to come out and actually MC the meet for the 406 Fit Expo. That meet is the Battle of the Big Sky. So having a guy like Brandon Allen, he's like number 10 overall all time on the Wilks, one of the best lifters in the world, one of the best super heavyweights of all time. Amazing dude, super, super funny, and he has a legitimate, pure, just joy and love for the sport of powerlifting. Seeing him coach, getting coached by him, seeing Jenny and all those different people that are involved with him, it's amazing to see. It's really good to see other people trying to spread the same thing that we are here, and I'm super excited to have him coming out there to help with that. Also talking to Stacy Bama Burr, she had the highest Wilks conversion ever. She was the strongest person in the world ever. And then I think a Russian chick took that over, whatever that may be. But had a good conversation with her at North American. She was there with Stronghouse Project, which is a really cool group of people as well. And she's excited to come out and check something out. So whether we are going to be putting together something with her at the expo or some form of, where she comes out and she gives some instruction and some form of a what the hell is it called? Seminar. There we go. It'll be really good having somebody like Stacy in our group that we're working with and that we're learning from and that we're networking with. So really good group of people with that. The meet that I might be most excited for, some of you guys are getting pinged on this right now. We're reaching out to people, we're gathering information, we're talking to sponsors. We have a meet that's going to be coming up either in September or October. It's going to be in the fall of 2020. Gives us enough time, still leaves people enough time to prep for Worlds, North Americans, whatever meet it is that they may be doing, kind of a last chance qualifier for some, or just maybe a bigger meet for this demographic. But initially it's going to be invite. Now you don't have to be number 1 in the world to get invited to this. I'll explain it more. I don't want to throw too much information out there, but we're working with some awesome sponsors right now. We are collecting money. We will be paying the top 3 lifters. So the top 3 Wilks in this meet will get paid. I have my goals. And then if we surpass that goal for that number of payout, we will be adding some different charity or charitable contributions with it. So If we have an extra $2,000, we'll be looking for, you know, different families that fit this demographic that we're catering to with this meet, and we'll be donating. We're not going to take the route of donating to a charity to donate from there. I want 100% of the money that we donate to go to somebody versus 20% and, you know, deemed necessary by a charitable organization. I just feel like that if we walk up and hand that person that money, or we walk in and we pay their bills at the hospital, whatever it may be, that's a much better way of giving back to the community and doing what we're trying to do. So we're trying to hammer this out in the next couple of weeks. We do need to do it correctly with sponsors and things like that, so be patient with that. But a lot of you have probably already figured out what it is, considering the people that we've reached out to. But just be patient, keep it on the down low for now, and I promise it'll be a pretty cool thing that will be held here in Kalispell, Montana. It's going to be sweet. So basically, our goals moving forward, as you know, as far as Beast Athletes goes, we're developing everything that we can, trying to get as many good people in the door as we can, trying to, you know, educate more. We're trying to do a better job with posting articles that are legitimate, you know, peer-reviewed articles, not just some, like, you know, local boxing coach is pissed off and throwing stuff out there about whatever in the bar. Like, this is Harvard, this peer-reviewed, that peer-reviewed, whatever it may be. Legitimate information. You know, we threw on one yesterday, just super simple, people already know it, but what does exercise do for depression? And in the Flathead Valley, depression is a very real thing, especially with seasonal depression. The amount of veterans we have in the area with the holidays and things like that, there's a ton going on with that. So we want to make sure that we're putting out good information for that, getting the right people in the door. But we're also using the sport of powerlifting to spread that more and more and more. The more good stuff we can get out there and more people that we can help, and the more positive light that we can shine on the sport, the better. And that's our goal right now. So we're really continuing to try to spread as good of a message as we can through powerlifting. Having teamed up with Girls Who Powerlift, USPA, you know, we're One Mission Nutrition, some of the different companies that are going to be coming to the expo and things like that. It's given us a really good opportunity to get out and spread the correct word to the correct people and actually make a good impact. But if there's things that we're missing, we'd love to hear from you guys on it. That's about as much of a, you know, without getting too much into detail, a review of North Americans and kind of the 3 meets that we have going on and what we're trying to do within Beast Athletes right now. Those are our main projects right now. We want to really make sure we offer those correctly, that they're very, very well-ran meets. Hopefully you can't tell the difference between a meet that we run here and what you see when you go to Worlds or North Americans and things like that. We would expect that level of output from us and our staff, and that's what we're trying to get. So that's our goal with that, and that's why we're not afraid to reach out and invite some big names to come to these things, and some, you know, people from outside of the state to come in and join in with what we're trying to do here. So with that being said, you know, we're posting this on our YouTube. So if you like what we have to say, or you like some of the different instructional videos and educational videos, subscribe to that. You'll get an email every time we post something up. It'll ping in your, it'll ping up in your email folder. Continue to interact with us on Facebook if you guys have, or Instagram if you guys have opinions on what we should be tossing up, or if you have questions or things that you'd like to see, ask, because it definitely takes a lot to come up with fresh content on a weekly basis, on a daily basis, really. You know, we have to put up 5 new things a week right now, and we'd rather be putting up things that you guys are wanting to see instead of us just guessing all the time and things like that. So continue, you know, staying tuned in for that. Any information you guys want to share with that, that'd be great. And just, again, we appreciate the undying support that we're getting from everybody. It's been amazing working with everybody, the people that are coming in lifting, whether it be powerlifting, just general physical therapy, the people coming in working with Reed at Monarch Chiropractic, the people coming in doing the cupping, the nutrition, our online clients, our in-person clients. It's just amazing getting to work with everybody. So thank you guys all so much for that constant support. It makes it so much fun. Like, we never come to work here. It is unbelievable just to be able to, you know, get up in the morning, come hang out with friends, get them better, get ready for meets, get them feeling better, improve their quality of life, and just continue to kick ass with all that. So if you guys have questions, comments, concerns, shoot them in below. Don't forget to subscribe so you guys can stay up to date with what we're doing. We are taking our Beast Athletes University social media pages, so Facebook and Instagram, and we're integrating them back into Beast Athletes 406. We're trying to get more content on a single platform instead of trying to spread it too thin. So we think that's a great idea. We're going to start pushing towards that. So make sure you guys are all following those pages if you guys want to stay up to date with what we're doing. So, all right, guys, thanks for tuning in. We'll talk to you guys later.